Well, hello, my lovelies. Just wait to see if some people jump on before we start. Hope everyone's had a nice weekend anyway. So, just waiting for people start jumping on. First, we start the discussion. I am sweetheart. Hope you're keeping okay. Are you, Gavin? Yeah, it's all got usual drama. It's always bleeding. People are dropping drama on my doorstep all the bleeding time. But the latest drama is so pathetic. The person behind it, I can't even be bothered mentioning it. Yeah, it's been all right, Bobby. Evening method. Yeah, mate, this is going to be an interesting one. What's that ever, Nick? Oh, thank you, Georgina. Yeah, I'm okay. Do you know what? I tell you now, I keep on forgetting this chair, this wicker, and if I'm wearing anything that's like silky or satin or anything, it cuts and scratches it. So just let me get up here because I can hear it scratching at the back. Here we go. Oh, Mrs. O, evening. So yeah, it's all been interesting. I thought it was interesting, this latest bit with Decca, wasn't it? The kick-off there that he's gone on with Liam. Oh, thank you. Hi, Podcast World. Yeah, Liam, did you, wasn't it? It was I watched it. Did all people watch it? See what this? Actually, I'll put the link in now, and we will be doing a quiz. Don't worry, we will be doing a quiz. But it was interesting to watch. But a lot of things. I've got some comments I want to make on it. If anyone wants to jump in and talk about it, please feel free to. But the feeling I got, there's two interesting things that I got from it. For people who don't know, Liam went on to Decca's podcast. And of course, that's a brave thing to do because you're going to get trolled if you do it. Everyone saw what happened to Ronan. You're going to get trolled. Happened to Ronan, didn't it? So he went on there, and to cover his bases, he started asking questions that he knew people would be interested in knowing. And Decca took umbrage to this. He didn't like the fact that he was coming on and asking questions, as Decca said, for the trolls. But what I found about it was that there were things that were got wrong, like this allegation that Decca kicked Liam out of the podcast. He didn't. It froze. If you remove someone from your live, they go immediately. They don't freeze there. It doesn't go freeze frame. They'll go immediately. They'll just vanish. So he wasn't kicked out. What happened? He'd frozen, and that kicked him out. In other words, if your screen freezes for a certain amount of time, you get kicked out of it anyway. StreamYard kicks you out. So he certainly wasn't kicked out. But also what I found very interesting, I don't know if anyone noticed this, Decca had a habit of saying, I'm going to be honest with you now. Now that pricked my ears up. I'm going to be honest, or I have to be honest with you now. I'm going to be honest with you now. I'm going to have to be honest with you. Tell you why that pricks my ears up, because there's certain buzzwords in the police when you're taking a statement that you wait for to see if a person's being dishonest or not. And they have certain things, and one of them is, I'm being honest when I say this, or I have to be honest with you, or in all honesty. That makes you think, puts you on the list, is this person telling lies? Now, it's not always the case that the person's telling lies, but what it is that it's the obvious question. If someone says to you, I have to be honest with you now, the question you should ask back to them is, why have everything else you've said to me been a lie or been dishonest? Because why are they stressing at that moment being dishonest? Because when you say, I'm being honest with you, or I have to be honest with you, what you're saying is, well, I won't do what I usually do, and that is lie through my teeth at you. That got me a thought. He's saying this. It doesn't mean that what he's saying afterwards is going to be a lie. What it means is that it stresses that, well, the opposite of I'm being honest with you now is, well, my normal thing is to be dishonest. And that kept on. That's what hit me straight away. I thought he's using that too much. And he was saying it all the time. I have to be honest with you. So that got me. But as for Liam, he was, I don't know, he was I thought I couldn't see where Decca had the problem with him. Of course he's going to ask those questions, because as Liam said afterwards, he said, what did he think he was going to go on there and just I can't remember the words he used, but like big him up, say how wonderful he is and all that. Decca can never escape those questions. And Liam said something else as well, which I think a lot of people have said about this Decca situation. He's the one that's putting it out there all the time. He's the one that's making the clicks out of it a lot of the time and just play with it. We all remember the acro one where he was going to go to the hospital to show his acro and he didn't turn up. The police pulled him. Pure lies. Anyone can work that out. It's the most pathetic lie going. And this Papa turns up, but there's no one there yet. We know people did go because they filmed themselves going there. So this Papa didn't go at the right time that it was supposed to be happening. So he's got to expect he's going to be asked questions. People are going to, but I thought he actually handled himself very well, Liam. Yeah, but what it is when people have to be honest, there might be a certain circumstance where someone says, I have to be honest with you now, when knows the term, a phrase, but it is one of those trigger words you're supposed to look out for when you're interviewing someone or taking a statement off them is, oh, they just said that. Another one is, I cannot recall that. That you'll hear police officers, I've seen police officers, corrupt police officers slipping up on that. No, I cannot recall that. You'll say to them, did you say, let's say, did you say this to this person? I can't recall saying that. Liar. You'll turn around and say, if I ask you a question, I say, did you say that? And you didn't say it. You say, no, I didn't say it. No, I didn't. I cannot recall. It's so, do you see the difference? It's so planned and orchestrated. Oh, no, I cannot recall saying that. So if evidence comes forward at a future date that they did, they go, oh, it slipped my mind. Memories like that. You forget things. Seen it. There's all, hi, Heather. There's all kinds of things. Oh, I'm most sports. Why don't you jump on, mate? Because you like talking about me on other people's comments, don't you? Oh, no comment. I can tell you that. Richie, something here. Right, good God. When I was having this big battle with the Merseyside Police, and I had to go to the police authority. And I had a assistant chief constable. Now, for people who don't know, an assistant chief constable is what? How do you say 1 or 2 steps away? Let's put it this way: an assistant chief constable, then there's the deputy chief constable, then there's the chief constable. So that would be 2 steps away, wouldn't it? Yeah, 2 steps away from a chief constable. So you're talking about extremely high ranking, very high ranking. I remember him when I had him. What I won't say what his name was, because I can't bleeding remember off the top of my head. That's why I would say. And we were sitting there, and I was pulling about something that was said, which showed that there was corruption going on in that force. There was serious corruption. And he turned around, he went, no comment. Twice he went, no comment. And I just turned around to the Merseyside Police Authority, because we had authority that said, no, Police and Crime Commission. And I said, have I just heard an assistant chief constable saying no comment? Like I said, a common thug brought in for questioning. And I tell you now, when that assistant chief constable walked out that room, his face was thunder. It was literally lightning and thunder on his face, because I've made a complete and utter a-hole out of it. I thought, I can't believe I've heard a high-ranking officer saying that. Yet, so what do people think about who handle themselves well? I mean, let's put it this way: Decca, I can understand if Decca wants to move away from it, but he keeps on. He keeps it alive himself. He really just. If you look at he goes on about people making gains and clicks out of his name and all that. He does. He makes clicks out of it and gets views out of it. That's the best bankroll he's ever got. Is this happening? But I thought, but I wouldn't we all? I think we all would have been like Liam Ditchy. We would have thought, oh, here, wait a minute, you know, a better cover, because we all saw what happened to Rona. We all saw what happened to him. He got absolutely crucified because he didn't ask questions. Yeah, that's what I think. Here we are, Johnny. Oh, I've got me to make sure I've got these on. I'll forget to put them on. Well, his worst, actually, he's his own worst enemy, but his best friends, as I've said before, are people like Beckett, the Humbles, Ellis. They're his best friends because they're doing everything to make it look like he is a victim of trolling and bullying. Oh, Johnny knows today won't kick off on here. I know we won't. Oh, maybe not, Johnny. Now let's say, at all times, John, don't forget watch language, please. Hiya, Johnny. Finally, we speak because we've been going.
Hiya, thanks for having me on the channel. I'll just close down the other.
Oh, Johnny, switch your YouTube off. It's coming back at me.
Yeah. I've just closed it off.
Brilliant.
I'm actually really tired. How are you doing, Annie? You okay?
All right, but I saw your video before saying that you know you're fed up with what's going on.
Carl McCortney played a neat trick. It's all tedious. I've made numerous efforts to contact Mr. Ellis.
We won't
through Instagram. He won't answer his phone. Carl McCortney, I suggested to Carl McCortney that he picks his victims, that he seems to go after the more vulnerable people, the likes of Bobby Kay, you know, the likes of people who are likely to be dead in a couple of days or die over the weekend. But he seems to, you know, not give a bit of leeway for people like Ellis, who's got pathetic videos all over the internet. He's got the video of him threatening me. There's a video of him out of his head on drugs. There's videos of him saying all manner of stupid things, and yet Karma Corner doesn't care about that. And
I think what it is, and I'll just say this, Johnny.
He's just committed malicious communication again.
I know.
On my live, I mentioned that in 7 or 8 years ago, on a Facebook account, me and a friend were running an AA group on Facebook, and we it's childish, but we destroyed it. Yeah, we just put silly pictures on it and stuff. And he's now put that out as proof that I troll people from these fake accounts. So that's why I'm saying I'm willing to go to the police with all of my computers, with the telephone, to see, look how open I am. Look how open I am.
Johnny, just let's say something right.
It's irritating.
I'm going to have to, because in this, you have to let it be a two-way. When it comes to Karma Corner right now, I do like Karma Corner because I think what it is that I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. And he likes people that I've had problems with, and he bigs up people that I've had problems with. But I find him as a person, because I do have the odd little banter with him by email in private, and I find him okay. But as regards to this Ellis situation and others that are going on, because you've been going through this for a while, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're exactly what I said to you a while ago. And let's educate the public on this, because I was speaking to an American woman, Christine C. Clark, about this a while ago. Don't think because someone's living in a foreign country that they can't actually have you held to account by the police in your own country. And what Johnny's gone and done is he's going to his own police force, which he has to. Then GMP, the Greater Manchester.
I'm not. I didn't say it was. I've not actually done it yet.
Yeah, but you were talking about it.
I considered it, because what am I supposed to do?
I know
they will make no contact.
But the thing that
any form of social media or telephone. So I considered it. To get a reaction. And now Karma, that's going to get seen by Karma Corner. 400 people are going to watch his video, and now there's going to be 40 silly comments about me being this fucking, sorry for swearing, this super troll. It's just irritating, because this super troll apparently, says Bo, Sarah, and you know that she thought for a second,
you were doing it,
and he knows it wasn't me. It's just not what I do. And so he's done that. He's reacted. He's angry. He's not bothered at all with the truth. It's completely unfactual. If he wants to have a laugh, that's fair enough. But he's reacting in anger. He's got a bigger audience than me, so he can do what he wants. But at the end of the day, I'm telling the truth. And I'm sorry, I'm very, very, very tired.
Yeah,
I'm a bit manic.
But all that I can say, right, is if Karma Corner hears this, right, why don't you, and I'll put the call out there, speak to you in private to sort of,
I am welcome to private. If he takes the videos down suggesting more evidence of me being, it's just what's he trying to do? He's trying to push me over the edge or something? What's he going to do?
When I first became aware of the situation, was, you remember that infamous one on fighting trolls, and you got accused of being a racist? But what people forgot, and this is what I said to a few people, I said, you were called, let's not use the word because it can get the channel in trouble, we'll call it MAP, M-A-P, MAP, minor attractive person. You were accused of being that, and you responded. Do you remember on trolls fighting trolls?
Yeah, can I just mention? I was on like 3 or 4 medications, and now I've cut down to only 1, and I'm trying to get off it. So then I'll be on no medication. So my behaviour.
What I'm saying is, but at the same time, you were hammered for what you said. Yet the other fella didn't get any.
I possibly said some nonsense, but I really don't remember.
Yeah.
But as far as the last 6 weeks go, I've been relatively lucid, and I've been trying to put out, relatively positive content. I did the thing with Dog Sanctuary. Ran up the mountain to raise money. I'm doing a marathon in a couple of weeks. I'm in a hotel room trying to come off a painkiller, and a 48-year-old man is sitting there twisting, and he can do what he wants. At the end of the day, I know I haven't harassed any women from fake accounts. I don't need to. I've never had a problem with women. Sorry to say that, but I think Paul Ellis might have had a problem with women. I think motorsport buggies might have had a problem with women. But I've never needed to.
Why are they getting that? This is what I can't understand. I can't see why they're keeping this up, or they're going on and on and on and on and on about it. What did they want you to do?
It is partly my fault because right, okay. The last 3 days, I've been a bit more erratic. I saw them on. I went on Exposure TV, but I don't usually go on there. And I just said, why did you do that? In quite an angry fashion. And he said, oh, I knew you were trolling. I've got IP addresses. It's just absolute nonsense. Absolute complete and utter nonsense.
But this is it.
It's also offensive to my wife. My wife's been on, and I don't need to troll women. Why would it be making weird sexual? I know we differ. I can be quite crude from my own, and I know maybe a little bit.
But Johnny, explain to people your medical issues, because this is what I want onto. You have serious issues, don't you? But I'll leave it to you if you want to explain it to people. That's why I thought this is someone that's vulnerable being talks to you.
Well, I've got.
Wait a minute, Johnny. Just wait 1 minute. John, I'm just going. Please let me reply to this, Johnny. Mind you were shagging your wall shouting. Motorsports. Do you want to remind us what you were doing to a boxing bag? Imagine that you were doing it with an 11-year-old girl, was it?
Is he talking about something 6 months ago I did when I was out of my mind or something?
He can't.
He's pathetic. That's all they're going to bring up.
But the thing is, he was.
They'll bring up stuff from when I was at my very worst. They don't care about my family, but the things are getting better. They call me names despite the fact I broadcast my life from the living room.
Get on here. Come on, Motorsports.
Come on, come and talk to me. Come and tell me I'm a troll.
I'm sorry, mate. You're on. I'll put it through there. I'll put it on there. I won't. I'll leave it to you.
Watch his face. Get him on.
Because he did that with the boxing back.
Sorry.
He can't call anyone. He can't call anyone after what he did. That was disgusting what you did, Motorsports.
Well, didn't he go for a fight with Decca? Try and have a fight. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? He wasn't.
He did that. I'm not going to go cutting into him, but the thing is, he was which was disgusting. He was doing a thing. He had to box and not supposed to pretend to be Decca. And then someone said to him, this 11-year-old girl, go on. And he starts going, oh, yeah. So he can't call you when he's done that. I mean, come on, Moser. It's about time you got off your pedestal, isn't it? Or podium or whatever.
I've got no sort of sexual deviant, sinister weirdness in my past. Or on the computer.
It's just your sense of humor, Johnny. What is you've got an off the wall sense of humor. Now I've seen it in the past, your sense of humor. People will either find that absolutely hilarious or they'll find it offensive. But it's your sense of humor. That's what I mean.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to ignore the comments for a few days because thanks to Karma, I'm gonna get trolled relentlessly.
Well, ask this if Karma's listening. Karma, have a word with, because I've spoken to Karma. Remember, he blew up at me big style at one point. So we got talking, and I do like Karma. I think I like him personally. I do like him. I think he's okay. But as I say, if you can talk to him, if he'd be willing to, that would be great.
Well, has Motorsports not got the?
He's got the link. He just won't come on.
He won't come on.
They're terrified of me, Johnny. They're terrified of me. I don't know how many.
They've been over lying. Motorsports, come on and tell them how you had to make a video to protect Marie B, who had never even heard of. Come on, tell the whole story.
He won't come on.
Please, Motorsports, come and tell the story.
They're terrified of coming on my show.
He's terrified because he's embarrassed himself because he's lying. Come on, Motorsports. Yeah,
no. Just let's say this.
All he's going to do is make up silly fucking. Sorry for swearing.
Yeah.
Silly. Pick up things I did 6 months ago, when I relapsed and made a fool of myself, and he's just going to mention them over and over again.
I'm going to say this.
Avoid the question. Avoid the fact that he's actually lying.
But motorsports, let me just have
come on, hero. Come and tell us how you're protecting women from
Johnny, wait a minute. Just let's talk to him here. Look, motorsports, right? Did it come from your mouth, Anne? And I'm glad you see it so funny. No, it didn't. But the person said it, and you responded by doing it. So basically, you might as well said yourself, and you're picking on, which you are. You're picking on Johnny here, going on, right? Like others are. And you seem to get something. What did you do? All that I said to you was that you're lazy, lying in your bed. You can't even be bothered getting out of your bed when you're doing your videos. And what did you say? You said, oh, you've got mental health issues and all this. What do you think Johnny's got? I think he's got a hell of a lot more issues to deal with than what you do. And you've shown him no sympathy, have you? Not one.
No, he's part of the clique. I've never joined a clique. No, another thing. Do you remember Danny G from Birmingham?
Yeah.
He had a little bit of an outburst, but it wasn't anything really, was it? Karma Corner goes in quite hard on the people who are kind of insular, who don't have a clique. Uncle K. Oh, I could tell you several things about him. I've sent him several messages. I don't even want to go into it.
Uncle K.
He won't go after him because he's part of the clique. He goes after the people who are kind of, insular, so he won't get harassed. That's what he does. That's cowardly. And Motorsports is also a coward. Come on, Motorsports, and tell me. I just want him to tell me that I was trolling.
What he's doing, come on, Motorsports, because this is it. This is what's getting me. And also, want to say one other thing to Motorsports, which I left a comment, but this is what they do. They run away for some reason from you, and they're running away from you. What Motorsports?
He won't answer his phone. I've tried to phone Uncle Gay. I've tried to phone Paul Ellis, and I've tried to get in touch with Motorsports, and none of them will speak offline.
Yeah. They won't because the cowards. But I'll say one thing. Just let's say this to Motorsports. When you said something else right, which really got up my nose. When you go around copy and pasting because you're putting exactly the same speech. Anyone that attacks me, you're going around with exactly the same speech, word for word. So you've got it copied somewhere and you're pasting it everywhere. And what you're saying is going on about what I said in that video I said about you. And you said at one point, if I knew what you went through, shall I tell you now, how do you know what I've been through? Do you know what my life was like? Do you think I never had any trauma in my life? Don't presume that you've had trauma, because what I can see is you're out of your bed and quick enough when you're going on a jolly with your mates, like exposure TV. Suddenly there's no mental health issues then, is there? I'm not saying that you haven't got mental health issues, but what I'm saying is you're picking on a man here who has got and I'll say, Johnny, you've got more issues to deal with than he has, from what I can see.
Well, because when I get these chemicals out of my system, I think I would say I'm more capable than Motorsports.
Here we are. I'll put it. He's saying that won't end month. See, he finds this a laugh, right? Well, everyone else, Johnny, you just got on from halfway across the world.
When he went for that for all into this silly bare knuckle boxing. So what is he? He's like 43, 44 years old. He went to fight Decca Haggy. Decca Haggy, whatever we think of him, he's obviously quite a strong man. Didn't he end up in his bed crying and talking about depression and how he never had a fight?
I mean, I'd never.
Motorsports. Next time you're in Thailand, we can have it if you want. No problem.
Hey, well, Carrie King wants to come on. I've just put the post. If she can get on Motorsports, I don't know why you can't get on. See if she comes on. Oh, I haven't even put the link through. Sorry, Carol. Sorry. But yeah, this is a. Well, Carrie, I put it through now. If you see it. I mean, Motorsports. I don't know what you're saying. Facebook. I never stream to Facebook. I only have streamed to YouTube. Well, I put it through. You should be able to get on, Mrs. O. Don't know what his problem is. No, I didn't say he was more of a man. This is where you've twisted it, you see, Motorsport. I didn't say he was more of a man. You said that. What I said was that you couldn't, that in a fight between, oh, come on, you and Decca. Danny, you and Danny. Danny, you tell me that you could outdo Danny in a bare knuckle fight. I don't think so. That's what I was saying, Danny, Chris. And I'm not saying that. I don't believe that someone that can fight is a bigger man than someone that can't. Actually, to me,
I don't either. I think a man who can admit that he's made a mistake and told a lie.
Exactly. Yeah,
is a bigger man.
The brain is better. Oh, are you, Richie, mate? See, someone's come on.
Hello.
So, are you, Richie? How you doing? This is Richie. Just to let you know, just tell us what your platform is, your YouTube channel.
A Blind Man's podcast. Blind Man's is one word and Z, ends with a Z. Blind Man.
I'll put it in the link later on when we finish this. But Richie, I do Video Craig's weekly comedy show with him. So anyway, how you doing, Richie? What's your view? What did you want to say?
I just want to come on and say first things first. Before we get into anything, anyone can be a bully behind a keyboard, and whether it's the man that's on now, whether it's me, whether it's you, whether it's a stranger, anyone with a mental health problem doesn't need dickhead comments. Saying.
No, they can meet. I don't mind dickhead comments, but it's kind of a continuous sort of ongoing lie.
Yeah,
I know how you feel, mate. Because I got bullied. I got bullied my whole life at school for being visually impaired.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Ricky's just been. How you, Carrie? How you doing, love? What did you want to say?
Can you hear me? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah,
nice to speak to you for once, because you've been in my chat for a long time, haven't you? Nice to speak to you for once.
I'm sorry. Who are you? I'm a bit vague. Who are you? Sorry.
Who's who?
You. Sorry, I can't see. I don't have my glasses. Sorry.
I'm John. This is Richard, and this is Anne.
All right. Right. Okay. Right. Hello.
So
hello. I'm a bit disabled here. I don't have my glasses, and sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Well, Richie is blind, and he's able to do it, so you'll have no problems, I assure you.
Okay, thank you.
So, what did you want to say, Carrie? Any points of view on this?
I wanted to say like quite a lot of stuff, but I don't want to offend anyone, so I think it's really difficult.
You can say whatever you want to me. I won't be offended. I'm happy to listen to your opinion on anything.
But I don't want to offend anyone, so I think it's really difficult. So we have Johnny in the chat. Johnny, you are your own worst enemy.
Yeah, I do know.
And you have to sort yourself out.
Yeah, I do know that.
Definitely.
This is true, but my priority is sorting myself out and getting myself off this last medication. I'm on a medication called Tramadol. Yeah, that's my priority. But the other thing is, they're lying. What I'm saying is the truth.
Who's lying? Who's lying, Johnny? Who's lying?
Who's lying? Right, regarding the trolling situation, Carrie. Did you see Carmen?
Regarding your situation, Johnny, who's lying?
Sorry, I didn't quite get that. Can you repeat yourself, please?
No. Your situation. Who's lying?
Who's lying in this situation? Motorsports.
Your situation.
Sorry, you asked me a question. Who's lying? Well, just 10 minutes ago, Carl McCorner made a video where he said that it's hard to explain, but he made a video and he used the end of the video, which was the bit I'd just done on my live, talking about something they did on Facebook 8 years ago, as he used that as evidence of me having fake YouTube accounts. But if you watch the full video just before it, I've just said it's hard to explain. It's absolute fucking babble. But it's I've never had a fake YouTube account or harassed a woman behind a fake YouTube account. And I actually do find it really quite hurtful because I'm not that sort of person. I'm not that sort of person.
Okay, but you have harassed a woman on your own YouTube account.
Only if somebody's been nasty to me, right?
No.
If someone
doesn't cut it. No, Johnny.
Okay, well, if it's happened, can you give me if it has happened, can you give me an example?
Come on, Johnny. How many examples do you need, really?
No, really, give me an example, because you have to bear in mind that when videos
No, I don't have to bear anything in mind, Johnny.
Okay.
Your actions are your responsibility.
Okay.
When you make a video about me that is so bad, it's taken down, I don't have to bear that in mind. No, I don't.
I'm very sorry for that video, Carrie.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Just stop being an arse. Stop being an arse.
Can I react, Carrie? You did make several videos saying fucking
I have never made a video, Johnny. Look at my account. There are no videos. I don't have a single video on my account. Never happened.
I didn't say video. I said you did make a few unpleasant comments about me. And maybe the video.
Because of the videos you made about me. Because of the absolutely disgusting, undeserved videos you made about me. I have never made a video about you.
But the reason I made a video is because a couple of women were making repeated nasty, vindictive comments about me. I'm sorry.
Johnny, rubbish.
Through the history and there to see. Are you saying you've never made a nasty comment about me? Anyway,
of course I have. You've done worse about me.
There you go. Who started
I've done nothing. I've done nothing. No videos. Nothing about you. Nothing at all. But you are relentless, Johnny. There's something wrong.
It's not like I made a video exposing your all I did was mention your name. Because you repeated.
You didn't, Johnny. You didn't just mention my name. No, you didn't. You didn't. Just mention my name.
I'm going to mute two people now at the moment. Just at the moment, because I've got something to say, right? Motorsports, I put it in the link in your community page. Try from there. But I don't know what that means because I don't stream on Facebook. So
well, I don't know how we can't get on because I'm blind and I clicked the link and got on in a minute.
Well, he's saying he's put this up. Either you click on Motorsport, the YouTube one.
He's got to click on. He's got to click on the YouTube one, and then he types
but
in.
He's claiming he's not able to get on. I'll put the link there. But anyway, what I'll do is unblock. But what I want to say, Carrie, right? We've got to get this. Can we resolve this or agree to disagree?
Yeah, I want to say to Carrie, I should have. A few women made some comments, and of course, occasionally I react childishly, and I very, very much apologise. What I should have done maybe is just write something on the comment or just ignored it. So I really do apologise if that real I didn't think it would hurt your feelings that much. It wasn't intended to be that nasty. I did that kind of ask you, sort of plead with you, not plead with you, but say, you know, I did try and say, you know, I'm not a horrible person. Can we not? You did leave some nasty comments about me. But you know, but there to see. And maybe the behaviour wasn't good at the time, but
oh God, I'm sorry, Carrie. I forgot.
Carrie, whatever I've
Can you hear
done.
me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. I still had
Carrie,
to use
whatever I've done.
Be quiet. Be quiet. My reaction to you was because of your nasty comments to me. I never, ever went for you first.
If that's right, and because you know I wasn't very well.
That is right.
Okay. If you know that to be right, I accept that. If you know that to be right,
You know it's right.
No, Carrie, I've got no idea. Carrie, I can't remember, but I did certainly know there were quite a few women.
I don't accept that, Tony. If you don't remember, don't be on YouTube. If you don't remember, take responsibility and don't be on YouTube. Do you get me? I'm sick of hearing how sad you are and how bad your life is while you make everyone else's worse.
No, Doug. I don't think you're being quite fair. But listen, I really don't want to make you upset. So I'll.
You have already made me upset. Take responsibility, Johnny.
I am doing.
Take some. Stop. Using drugs. Stop using. Oh, you've had a horrible life. We all have a story. Every single one of us in this chat at this point in time has a story. You are an excuse for an excuse. End of.
Carrie.
Okay.
How could you? When was this? When was the last time?
I'm not going to challenge you, but I don't want. If I've done something like I'm sorry.
It's what it is, Johnny.
Inadvertently
Carrie,
upset you.
let's just put
You're
this way.
fucking horrible, Johnny. You're horrible.
Hey, well, wait a minute,
And
Carrie.
you think you get away with it by saying it's humour. It's only humour if it's funny for everyone, not just you.
Do you know, Carrie, right, I just want to say this. How are you going to, how's this going to move on? Are you going to agree to just never, and you as well, Johnny, not just Carrie, just never have contact with each other again or to resolve it? I don't think you'll want that, will you, Carrie?
Funnily enough,
he never resolves. Everything's put to bed, and it's Johnny who brings it up again. It's Johnny who brings up everything that is resolved.
So why don't you just block each other and never speak again? And that's you go one way and he goes the other.
Can I just say the last few days we did actually have a few half decent exchanges without any problems.
But Johnny, she clearly doesn't like.
If you want to block me, that's fine. But I really have no ill feelings towards.
She's clearly upset, and obviously there's no point is carrying on.
Yeah.
I mean, you got over
I'm not prepared to carry on. Good night, guys.
Oh, good night, Carrie. Take care of yourself, sweetheart, please. God bless you. You
know.
know.
Carrie,
take care, darling. Still there. But yeah, it's just, I think with things like that, where it's so emotionally, which it is emotional charge. And this is what happens as well. People thinking I've been in the situation that Carrie has, where someone thought they were being funny with me, and it really, got to me. It really offended me. So that's what can happen. You have to be very, very careful about.
It's just, I think it's just a case of when you take it too far with someone and you can't resolve it, the best thing to do is to just block each other and get on with each other's lives, because all you're going to do is just wind each other up to the point where that happens.
I understand that, Richie. Right. The last couple of months have actually been a lot better on YouTube, but I went through a period where I was getting a hell of a lot of hateful comments, and I reacted to an awful lot of them.
You did that's maybe the problem, Johnny. You reacted
as emotional as she was. She wrote horrible little comments about me.
Yeah, but
the best thing to do is, though, Johnny, is when you see them horrible comments, to just delete them.
I understand that now.
But what we'll do, we'll say about Carrie, we won't talk about Carrie when she's not here, because she's obviously very, very affected by it.
She's kind of given me a little
But Johnny, let's not talk about, because she's not here at the moment.
I'm not talking about her.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to get a thing going here, are we? Motorsports, he's not. I've sent it everywhere. He's not going to come out.
I'm going to have to spend 24 hours off YouTube, because it's going to make me
Mate, I think, to be honest with you, mate, I think you're going to have to spend at least a week off social media just to clear your head, because clearly you can't ignore the negative comments. And I used to be like that.
No, I kind of think you're wrong, and I think you should watch for people on the other side and watch what they're saying and how aggressive they are. Yeah. Watch, but don't react. Go and tell them to stop making comments.
Watch, but don't react. That's what I said.
Karma Corner, just as reactive as I was. He's just made a video swearing and saying horrible things.
Yeah, but that's Karma Corner. That's not you. Karma Corner is.
I know. I'm not. I'm not a child. I'm not a child. I do understand that I need to go to sleep. Karma Corner obviously wants to stick the boot in while I'm
let him. It can't affect you when it's online.
No. It will get me a hell of a lot of trolling now because of Karma Corner, but.
Yeah, I must be wired differently, me, because I got bullied my whole life. And when I get told
I don't care. I'm not even gonna look.
I just laugh at trolls, me.
Here we are. Just let's say this, right? Motorsports on again. Try YouTube. Do you know what's funny? Motorsports, you can get on everyone else's live, but you can't get on mine. I'm not suggesting anything, but you can't get on mine. I'm not suggesting anything.
It's like on Video Craig's lives. On Video Craig's lives, how many times do people make a comment on my chin, and I just laugh it off?
Oh yeah. You have to. Well, look what happens to me. I get absolutely slated by all these fake accounts, don't I?
Oh, there's people trying to dress up as you on lives now. I've seen it.
Yeah. Oh God, Ellis. I think Ellis is enjoying this, dressing up too much. He is. Oh, yes, he's enjoying it.
We get Cesspot.
Now this is Cesspot. Well, what I'm going to do now, let me get the quiz out the way first, because people are waiting for my quiz, so it won't be that. So I'll get my quiz. Stay around for the quiz, right? Now this, Richie, is what you call a quiz. You know how we do the quiz on the other one? This way are people, get ready for your quiz. Here we go. First question. I wrote them down this time so they would take ages.
Are we allowed to take part like on the other one?
Yeah.
All right.
Who saved the comedian Bette Midler with a cease and desist when she did a parody of her? Who saved Bette Midler with a cease and desist when she did a parody of her?
And
it was a very
Joe Cocker.
Well, it was a woman. Joe, if you think Joe Cocker's a woman, you've got some problem. God.
No.
Does anyone know? Yeah, quiz time. It is Kelsey. No, not Joan Rivers. Oh God, Joe Rivers couldn't give a damn if anyone took it off. No. You have to go way, way back in time. And absolutely, well, let's put it this way, a woman that it's amazing that she was ever allowed to exist when she did, the time she did, because of censorship. No one's going to get this, are they? Because you can't ask Alexa this
I'm
one.
thinking like someone mad like Ella Fitzgerald, but I can't think of the correct answer, to be fair. Like,
no, who it was, I'll tell you it all now. It was Mae West. The absolute Mae West. Mae West. You know, when you talk about comedy and influential female comedians, yeah, Method got it. Mae West. Mae West. If you put it into YouTube, just see, she was at a time when censorship was really strong, and she got away with murder. She was the original. This is what they say. She was the original. The only way you can put it is slutty blonde. She was the original blonde that was, all sex, and it's amazing she ever got on. So yeah, it was.
And then Norma Jean came.
Method got.
I'm gonna have to try and get some sleep. It's
okay, Johnny.
Okay, thank you very much.
So you take care now.
Take care now.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye bye.
And then there was two.
Then there's two. Now the next one. What name? We know him as Jack the Ripper, but he wasn't originally called Jack the Ripper until he gave himself the name, or we think he gave himself the name. What was Jack the Ripper originally referred to as in the newspapers and by sex workers of the day before he got the name Jack the Ripper?
Wow. And that was me thinking I'd scoot through them like on the chase.
Oh, oh yeah, I know that's the difficult ones.
Do you know what? I'm usually clever with questions, but these are good. Wow.
Not butcher. Oh, you're thinking the Spring-Heeled Jack, Jeff. No, Spring-Heeled Jack. You're thinking no, that wasn't him. No, so if no one knows it, I'll tell you. I'll count. Leather Apron was one of us. Actually, Carol, it was one of them, but it wasn't the first one. He was actually known as the Knife.
Jack the Knife. Ah.
No, not Jack the Knife. He didn't get called Jack the Ripper until the famous letter. Jack the Ripper, but he was actually called the Knife when he first starts happening. Now the next one, all religious people, listen up, Christians, listen up. Who in Christianity is known as the Immaculate Conception?
Mother Mary.
Yeah. So you got that, Richie, you got that? Yeah, she was the Immaculate Conception, meaning she was the one born free of any sin.
Although a lot of blasphemy people will say she was a slapper, but that's a different story.
Oh, that's a way. Now here we go. Another one about religion. What was the Buddha's name? Because Buddha wasn't his name. Buddha is a state of enlightenment. Anyone can be a Buddha if they're enlightened enough. So what was his name? What was the Buddha's real name?
Wow. Nah, I'm lost on that one.
They're catching up here and think, someone must know the Buddha's real name. Come on.
I'd ask the audience, but by the time I get the answer, it'll be the next 3 questions.
Carol, you've got his surname, Gautama. His name was Siddhartha Gautama.
Wow.
And what religion was he born into? And he left because he didn't like the idea of hierarchies. That you had to be, that you were born in, the way you were born was the station you stayed at. So in what religion was he originally before he left and became, well, he didn't become a Buddhist. He became an enlightened one, didn't he? Yeah, that's a Hindu. He was
I was gonna say like something like Muslim or Hindu, but I weren't.
That's right. Now, not many more to go. Which English sovereign? Now, this is a clue. English Britain the UK didn't exist then. Which English sovereign said about herself, "I take a bath once a month, whether I need it or no"?
Queen Victoria.
Nope. Well, we had the British Empire then, didn't we?
Mm.
So she was basically saying she only took a bath once a month, and she thought that was absolutely, in her day, that was absolutely wonderful. That was being absolutely ridiculously hygienic, taking a bath once a month.
No wonder all the English women slept with the Vikings. They used to bathe daily.
So it wasn't Victoria. People, oh, come on, Mrs. O, Victoria. The British Empire, I said before the UK was a thing. So you've got to go back a bit. Fergie.
Queen of Scots, no.
No. Now you're very close. They were around at the same time, but Mary Queen of Scots never got the English throne, did she?
Yeah, that's right.
Who was on the English throne when Mary Queen of Scots was on the Scottish throne? Don't forget, there were two sets of royals then. That's what it wasn't the UK.
Yeah, because you had your king and your queen.
Yeah. So
gonna be one of Henry VIII's wives, I'm telling you. I'm getting close.
Nope. Here we are. Carol's got it. It was Elizabeth I, Queen Elizabeth I.
Oh wow! So the Queen's mum used to have a bath once a month.
Yeah. She used to, so the greatest female sovereign in English history took a bath because in those days they believed you should wash your clothes but not your body.
Hey, maybe we should do that because she lived to 102.
Oh no, how old was Elizabeth? She was in the 70s, wasn't she?
I'm sure the Queen's mum died at 102, I think.
We're talking about Elizabeth I. You know, the time of Shakespeare, not the present queen.
No, because she's Elizabeth II, our present queen.
Yeah.
And so her mum was Elizabeth I.
No, she wasn't. Elizabeth I was the 1500s.
Oh
Elizabeth,
my goodness!
The Virgin Queen. She never married.
Wow.
She was the one that made Britain literally. Well, made England, not Britain, but she made England the great. She chased the Spanish away and all this, so she made England a great force. She was the first sovereign to do that. So I usually find that in English history, the really powerful sovereigns were women. Victoria was another one. It was under Victoria that the Industrial Revolution happened and all that.
Well, the main hospital in Newcastle is called the Royal Victoria. So
yeah. Oh, the present Queen's mother, she was called Mary. So anyway, now I've got many more now. And now song ones for people who like the songs, because they say I asked too many difficult ones. Who first sang Nathan Jones? The song Nathan Jones. I bet people get it wrong. Who first sang Nathan
I don't know
Jones?
if I'm too young for that one. I'm not sure.
I know what people start saying because one group made it very, very famous, but it wasn't them who first recorded it. So Nathan Jones, the original is actually the best version of it. I'll give you a clue. It was 1971.
Oh, well before my time.
I'm getting Sam Cooke now. Are they loud? No. No, I knew you'd say Bananarama. They did the most famous one, didn't they, version of it? But it was before them, Mrs. O. And a wonderful group. So just wait. No, not Marvin Gaye. No one's going to get this. It was actually the Supremes. Oh, yeah, Cherry, you came in, right, Gary Taylor, you came in just as I said it, and so did Lucius. Oh, no, Lucius, you said Leah, say it. Sheriff Lyle. You said it right. And the truth here, Joe, the Supremes one is actually the best one. Now, who sang, this is one of my favourite groups, who sang Giving Up, Giving In? One of my favourites. And actually one of Prince Charles's favourite groups.
Giving Up, Giving In.
Yeah. Famously one of his favourite groups as well. Giving Up. Giving up, giving in. And I can't remember the rest of it. But it's a brilliant song. I love the group anyway, this group. I love the Supremes as well. Giving up, giving in. Yeah, the 3 Degrees. Giving up, giving in. I love the 3 Degrees. And that was actually one of Prince Charles's favourite groups because he had them on a command performance once for his, I think it was his bid. The Nolans, away, come on. The Nolans. Hey.
I'm in the mood for
dance. And that's all anyone can remember them for.
That's all anyone's ever going to remind them for. That and Loose Women.
Oh, God, yeah. But you know what gets me is when they... but give them the due, they laugh about it. You know, the clothes that they had to wear, they were forced to wear them and had to pay for them. And they said they were horrendous. And so they said at the end, they said, we're not doing this anymore because they looked absolutely stupid. Now, is that all I've got? Oh, here we go. What was Michael Jackson's first solo #1 hit?
Ben.
Without his brothers.
Ben.
Yep, exactly.
Because I'm a massive Michael Jackson fan, so I knew that
Yeah.
one. And who would have thought that Ben was about a rat?
I know. Did you ever see Ben the film? I remember that being aired on television and everyone was going, oh, wasn't that amazing? It was great, the film. Did you ever see it, Ben?
Yeah, I've seen Ben.
It was good, yeah. Ben's a brilliant film. But I told you, didn't or I said on Video Craig's, I actually met Michael Jackson when he was with his brothers.
That's
and
amazing.
Spoke to him. And that was when, what was the song? Blame It on the Boogie had just not long come out. And
was he as gentle in real life as he is on camera?
They were all lovely, and this is what struck me about them. They were the most professional. You could tell they've been brought up in the industry. You can always tell someone that's been brought up from a child in the industry from someone that hasn't.
He had a sad childhood, though.
Oh, thank you, Truth Hurts. Thank you very much. But what it was, they were all so professional. It's like they'd speak to you. This is what hit me, because I was only a young kid at the time. They'd speak to you as if they'd known you all their life. They were that type of people. It's oh, how are you? Even though they didn't know what the hell you were. Oh, you're great. And so I was just talking to Mike. You've got to remember then they weren't the big, huge global sensation, or he wasn't, that he went on to be. That was a few years off. And I was just talking to him. So he knew, because there were other ballet dancers there and all that, he knew that I was a student of ballet, and he was like, oh no, he was interested in the fact that I was studying ballet, and he said he loved dancing. Well, we even knew then he was a fantastic dancer, and I was saying, you know, well, you could have made ballet dance yourself, but back in those days, I'm sad to say, if you were black, being successful or being accepted into a ballet company was extremely, extremely difficult. Now that's all changed.
Well, back then you weren't allowed to be black, you weren't allowed to be gay, you weren't allowed to be this. It was
well, you could be gay in ballet, that's for sure. But
no, I mean, like back in the day, you know, when
I know
like
what you mean.
the Little Richard's times, Little Richard had it difficult because he was black and he was gay and he was a musician, and they all just wanted to hound on him and pick on him. And
but you know, I remember one thing that struck me, because it wasn't until age left. When he started talking like that, when I was speaking to him, he didn't have that high pitched voice. He had a normal voice. It wasn't
that right?
Pitched. Yeah, it was deep. It was quite not very deep, but it was deep.
So that's what I was meaning when I said, was he as gentle in real life as he was on camera? Because like when he's on camera, it's like, oh hey, I'm Michael Jackson, and
yeah,
you know?
He didn't have that voice, but he was really friendly. But he was more, let's put it this way, he was more friendly as in a young lad. As in a young, happy-go-lucky lad in the business who was having fun. He was that type. He wasn't like this gentle thing, but I thought they were all lovely. They were all really, really nice people.
I've always been the Michael Jackson fan that's on the other side of the fence, the one that believes he wasn't what he got accused of being. Just
when
saying.
You see, this is I mean, I heard things, but I say it's just you hear things. But tell you something about Little Richard definitely was not gay, I can assure you. He liked the ladies. He really, really liked the ladies. But what Little Richard did, this is an amazing thing, Richie, about the history of entertainment, right? The very first person, and even the Beatles, I think it was John Lennon said this, that opened the door, because don't forget John Lennon, the Beatles, when they did all this Sgt. Pepper's and all that, that was revolutionary music then, dressing up like that. And they were considered to be gay because of the haircuts that they had and all this.
Definitely
he said
not.
once, he turned around and said once, and it's true, and I'll get on to little Richard here. He said it was Liberace. I should ask this a question. It's actually Liberace that opened the doorway for men to be extravagant and colourful and blingy. Before then, men were always in dark suits. Liberace, the penis, he opened the doorway and changed everything. Now we know, I mean, it's amazing now that people didn't cotton on. They did cotton on that Liberace was gay, and that's another person I've also met when I was a kid, Liberace. Another beautiful, absolutely wonderful person. Now, Liberace, he did that, but little Richard, the genius thing he did was he realized, he thought being gay could be trendy. So what he did was he actually acted like he was gay and kept people guessing, and it worked brilliantly. He'd really campered up, because at that time, don't forget, little Richard was a mover and shaker, and he just wanted, he loved, this is what if I'm remembering right, he loved working around gay people in the industry. He loved the way they went on. So he got this in his head, in his idea. He saw Liberace, saw what Liberace was doing, and he thought, I want a bit of this. So he used to go on and do all this. He'd wear like a bandana on, a thing on his head and all this, and he'd be all, oh yeah, and I love it. And he'd really camp it up. But my God, he was as straight as they come. But he was the one.
Quite clever, actually.
Well, he made it, he made it cool. And of course, you had David Bowie. People that don't remember David Bowie at the time, he was another one that used this. Am I, aren't I? No, this, but he was more enjoyed, and of course,
with all the glitter and the glam and Mr. Starman.
But who was the best one? Mark Bolan. He really went for it. Not gay at all. There was nothing gay about Mark Bolan. Another one that liked the ladies. He wasn't gay. I can assure you, promise you that.
I think Bob Wine did that way.
But these were all the trendsetters. So Mark Bolan, he started this like, oh, it's trendy to be gay, or to act like gay.
I think Gok Wan straight me, you know.
You never know, do you? And it's up to him whether he is or not.
I mean, I'm not being funny, right? I'm not being funny, but if you were gay, why would you make a program trying to get women naked?
No, but it doesn't. See, now it doesn't have the impact. Back in the day when musicians were doing it, it had a huge impact on people. And then, of course, we had that with the makeup and all this, which Bowie was doing and others were doing. And then came the gender benders. Boy George was more or less the one that introduced that look. And that was the last shock element that happened. But and I loved the gender. I was a gender bender myself at the end of the day. Used to do that when I wasn't actually being watched by my company I was working for. So it used to be great. But that's a bit of entertainment. Let's say I like the androgynous look. Well, the androgynous look actually started, believe it or not, in the 1920s. That's when it first started, because with women. Because they wanted to look like boys, teenage boys, with no breasts. So they'd flatten themselves. It wasn't fashionable to have breasts in the 20s. They'd actually flatten everything down and had the hair cut short in a bob, which was considered, brand new then. So the androgynous look starts then, but when it really took hold, it was Twiggy in the 60s. She really started the androgynous look off. The young boy, but it was women that were doing it. It was the young boy look. Because if you look at the film of Twiggy, she looks very boyish with her haircut, and she's got no shape to her, no breasts or anything. So that's when that starts.
What's that called?
Androgynous.
Androgynous. So
in other words, you look at someone, you think they look male, but they also look female, or vice versa.
Now it's a school day every day in my life.
Yeah,
so Is that where the name come from?
No, and people get this wrong all the time because I hear people saying all the time on here, for some reason they get obsessed by it. They say that my name is pronounced androgyny and everyone gets it wrong. It's not androgyne. No, it is androgyne. You can pronounce it androgyne or androgyne, but never androgyny because they mean two different things. And being androgynous, androgyny, is someone that is either fully male or fully physically female that just looks or dresses in a way that would neither be male or female. In other
But
words,
is this name a play on that, or is that actually the name?
Androgyne. Right. Wait a minute. Androgyne comes from and the word androgyne. And if you just cut out if you cut out one of the ends and put drogyne on the end of it, so it's one word, androgyne, that means something that is physically got aspects of both male and female.
Right.
Like what they used to call a hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite, that's what I was about to say.
That's what they used to say. So there is a difference there.
I mean, pardon the ignorance, I'm just learning.
Oh, no, people do learn, but it amuses me when people keep on saying it's androgyny. And I think, don't you think I should know what the hell it means? I'm used.
So obviously the androgyne is a stage name then.
Yeah, I came up. Actually, I thought of it years and years ago, but I only used it recently. But I used it like a professional thing.
I've been calling you Anne as if that was like your real name, you know. So.
Oh God, no. Well, Grace Jones was stunning. There's someone else that was androgynous, Grace Jones, but she still is, isn't she? She had that male look about her, so it's absolutely. Oh yeah, I do. I love it. I get called some things androgyne. I'm glad I came on tonight now because I've learned that's an interesting thing. Method, you've just taken me on a blissful. You put blissful thought. What has happened, Richie? Is Method has turned around and said La Vie en Rose because of or La Via Rosa because of Grace Jones. She recorded that, but here we are asked people who was the first person to do La Vie en Rose, and her voice is the voice of an absolute angel.
Do you know whose voice I like? The one that sings with Freddie on Barcelona.
Oh, Montserrat. The opera singer, yeah, Montserrat. She was.
I like that voice.
Yeah, she was beautiful singing. 10 years booking you had to get in advance to get it to someone. So
wow.
Who La Vie en Rose. Yet the Little Sparrow, Edith Piaf was the first person. And can I just say to people, if you haven't watched the film La Vie en Rose about the life of Edith Piaf, are you saying off work now or off here? Please watch it. It's a film that was made a few years ago about the life of Edith Piaf. It will have you in bloody floods of tears at the end. What a dramatic life she had. Very dramatic, but it will have you. Oh, bye-bye, Head the Sweetheart. It will have you in absolute floods of tears. So watch that, La Vie en Rose. Have you ever heard Edith Piaf, Richie?
I haven't, no, but I'll have to look into it.
You'll hear it on adverts. Her favourite one was Non Rien de Rien. No regrets.
Yeah.
Now, that's her. But she
had
the voice. Her voice. You don't even have to understand French. Actually, it's better if you don't understand French because you can just hear the beautiful.
Do you know what the thing is with the music, with music, Anne, is I tend to find that even though the foreign music that you can't understand, it's still beautiful. Like, I like to, a lot of people laugh at me when I say this because they think I'm taking the mick, but I'm not. I love to listen to like Arabic and Punjabi music and the Cherokee music, you know, like the what's the politically correct term for them now? The
Native
ones that
Americans.
That's the one, the Native American music.
Yeah.
Me and Clary love that stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not so much Indian music. I can like, but with Indian, when you get Indian women and Pakistani women doing the classical singing now, I don't like that.
It's more the drums,
the drums and all that, and the men sound okay because I posted a load of videos of Kathakali dancers who I love. I saw the Kathakali, which were from Kerala in India, age ago. These amazing dancers, and that's all Indian music, but it's men. It's all men doing it.
I love listening to Arabic music. If you've never heard it, you should listen to it. It is
Oh,
cool.
wait, but I'll just say you don't have to understand the language. Oh, I'll just say CC saw Scum the other night. It is. I saw that when it first came out.
Music is the language of love because it brings us all together as one.
Music is the food of love. Now, what play is that from?
I'm not a player.
Music is. Come on, people in the chat. Which Shakespeare play does a character turn around and say, "If music be the food of love, play on"?
Romeo and Juliet.
No. Everyone says bleeding Romeo and Juliet. I don't know what it is.
Because it's the first instinctive answer, isn't it? When you say Shakespeare.
Yeah, I know it's
that and Macbeth.
Oh yeah, and Macbeth. It's a really difficult one, I think. Not Hamlet, no.
Not MC Hammer, is it?
Not to make. Do you know? Oh, you got your hammer there. Oh, come on, people! You must know it. Major to Venice. Midsummer. No.
I want to take Clary to.
Here we go. Secky's the intelligent one here today. 12th night, not 2nd night. 12th night. You missed the one off. Yeah, 12th night. That's a funny one. And tell you a little clue for FC 12th night. It's one of these ones where in Shakespeare, because back in the day, women couldn't act on stage just because it was considered they were loose women if they were in a play. So your Juliets when it was first done were all young boys playing the
wow.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, Juliet was a boy. But to get round it, what Shakespeare did in a lot of Shakespeare plays, you'll find cross-dressing. In other words, the character will dress. It will be a woman, but then they'll have a reason to pretend to be a man. So they'll dress up, and this happens in 12th Night. The main character in it, what she does is she dresses up as a male to confuse, or there's twins and all sorts going on. Anyway, the reason they did that was so the young boy actors didn't have to stay in dresses. So you actually had a boy pretending to be a girl who was pretending in the play to be a boy. Isn't that absolutely insane?
Talk about confusion.
Because of course women couldn't, but then they allowed women to start acting.
I actually want to take Clary to Venice or somewhere like really like slavery like that, you know.
Oh, it is expensive though, I'll tell you that. But it's beautiful. It is beautiful, but it is expensive. You'll have to save up your pennies to go there.
It's either that or Borneo.
But yet, same. So that's educated people, hasn't it? Yeah, yeah.
It has. Yes.
So, when you see that lovely romantic Juliet scenes where they're close together talking, that's actually would have originally been a young boy and a man playing the part. But also, it can be very, very smutty. Shakespeare, extremely smutty.
He was a naughty man.
He was naughty. All the things you go, oh, one of the most famous ones, Antony and Cleopatra, where it's called The Clown, comes in with a basket of figs with a snake in it so she can commit suicide. He comes in. Now, that whole scene, even though we see it as being dramatic and, oh, she's getting ready to kill herself with this asp, it's the most, to an Elizabethan audience, they would have been laughing their heads off. It was so smutty.
Wow.
Because figs to a basket of figs to an Elizabethan represented testicles, and a snake.
Oh my goodness!
A snake, of course, a penis. And he keeps on saying about the sting of the ass, the sting of the snake, and sting meant for someone or a woman to be, poked in a certain area. So it's actually very, very smutty, but we see it all being lovely now.
So basically, it was a beginning time softcore porn.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, they were very smutty back those. Well, actually, people you say about Elizabeth's court, that's when he was around Queen Elizabeth I. The French used to complain that the English courts were absolutely vulgar the way they carried on. totally vulgar with the language and the way they carried on. Oh, there was no Victorian values back then.
I heard that Barbara Windsor was a bit of a girl back in the day. I was watching a documentary.
Yeah. Oh, she was. She never hid it. She never hid it.
She says she had a one night stand with Reggie Cray. She married Ronnie Knight.
Yeah. She never. That's what I liked about Barbara Windsor. Another person I've met as well. She never hid it. She never hid it. And
no, she was as blunt as anything.
Oh yeah, she didn't. She just didn't. I tell you, he was not a very nice person. Charles Hawtrey. He was also in those films. He was oh hello. He was the one that used to do that with the glass on, and he didn't even have any glass in those glasses. He didn't need them. But he was a nasty little piece of work behind the scenes. Because I bumped into him a few times, and he wasn't nice at all. He wasn't very. What I found about Barbara Windsor was she was very much all loving, all nice and all this, but she was always trying to get people out of her way. She always seemed she was busy and always trying to get people out of her way.
It was always like, "Oh, hello, darling, I've just got to go over there."
I've just got to go over there. Yeah, that's it. She was always doing that. But anyway, let's see. Oh, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, teenagers who. The ballet is beautiful. I remember seeing when I was at the Royal. Oh God, I was very young, and I was in the wings, and I remember watching Romeo and Juliet from the wings, and I remember the music. Prokofiev did the music. Absolutely found the music haunting, and you can't really get into it when you're watching it from the wings, watching the dancers, because you're seeing them from the wrong angle. But yeah. Oh, Kenneth Williams. I never met him. I wish I would have, but apparently he could be. He could be very, very to the point and accurate with it. But that's what he was famed for, wasn't he? So anyway, what I'm going to do, been on for nearly 1.5 hours. I've signed up to your channel anyway, Richie. It's very interesting.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you. There's some good interviews on there if you want to watch them.
There is. What I'll do is I'll put a link up to your when I get off here. I'll have a quick brew, then I'll put your link up. Oh wow! Do you know what this is spooky? Palo Santo. That is spooky. I've just been burning Palo Santo wood. Isn't that spooky? I've just been burning it. Strange, isn't that weird?
That is spooky.
If people who don't know, Palo Santo is the sacred wood from the Amazon, isn't it, in Ecuador? And you burn it, and it gets rid of all it's lovely smell. It gets rid of all the.
Me and Clary are into everything like that and Christianity and everything, but I don't talk about it on Video Craig's live. Me and Video Craig are very close friends, but we have we're line that we don't cross with each other, you know.
Well, that's it, because I am determined to talk about ghosts to him for every show. I'm going to talk. He got wound up. Well, he didn't get wound up. We were playing with each other, weren't we? But yeah, he doesn't believe God. We'll have to go.
Me and Craig actually seriously fell out for 4 years because of something silly, but then we decided to put our differences aside and become friends again, and I'm so glad we did, because he's a great lad, you know. People tend to are so quick to chuck things on him, but behind the camera as a person, he's exactly the same as he is on camera. He's not. He doesn't change for anyone, you know.
I think what it is, I saw from when I first saw him, I could see that's why I didn't cut into him. When everyone was attacking him and going on at him, I thought, no, they don't realize this is some decent person that's just made.
He's actually a really lovely man in real life, you know.
He's made a bad choice, and that's all he's gone and done.
He gives so much money to charity and things, you know. He's a great man in real life, you know.
But
just a bloody idiot on YouTube.
But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start winding things up. So you got anything else to say, Ricky?
No, just thank you for letting us on. It's been quite fun, and if I can help anyone in any way, mentally, I will, because that's what I'm here for. I'm stepping away from the music industry now and becoming more of a motivational speaker, where I want to help people. So,
which is a brilliant thing to go.
So if you could just go on me Facebook page on Blind Man B and give that a like.
I didn't know you were on Facebook. It's
It's Blind Man B on Facebook. I've got all my videos on there. I do motivational stuff. I do music. I do everything. And just thank you for letting us on.
Oh, that's good. Anytime. You're welcome at any time. So anyway, my lovelies, thank you for joining me. It's been a fascinating it's been absolutely Who's Lee March? Whoever Lee March is, I'll give a shout out to you. So anyway, darlings, take care. And I'll be back on. When will I be back on? I'll try to make it back on Wednesday. And I should be on. I better be on Craig's. I'm the star attraction. So anyway, see you now, my lovelies. Bye-bye.